Hello. Can you
Hi.
hear me?
Yes.
Good, good. Wow, such an amazing talk from Simon. Yes, so
Yeah.
inspiring.
So
Simon is
inspiring.
actually one of my coolest neighbors and also advisors to Supreme Factory. So we've been working together on different ventures, and it's always kind of
Wow.
to have him such a great individual. Um, I was wondering if you can make me actually a co-host because I need to share my screen.
Hmm.
To show you the presentations and some canvases that I prepared for you today.
Okay.
Um, I hope everyone managed to get their teams and that you enjoyed the networking session yesterday. And today's agenda for a daily workshop is defining the problem uh, and kind of trying to get your presentation skills on board so you can later on 4 o'clock today when we're going to do another networking session, you will be able to present your idea fully and clearly. So I'm just going to share a screen now. I hope you can all see my screen. Yes, great. um, So as I mentioned, today's workshop is about defining the problem. However, I'm not gonna talk for too long because I know you had quite a few talks already. You also need a break and you need to work, so I'll be very, very short. I'm just gonna share you a simple value proposition uh, canvas that's basically a more template. And I use this always with the early stage startups and ideas at the idea stages, how you can explain your idea in 1 minute or 2 minutes to everyone, and everyone will understand, even your grandmother. So this is kind of the idea. And it's usually done by creating a canvas around proposition around for who it is. Let me just give you a formula here. So for who it is, so whether that's a target customer or persona, then what are their problems or their needs, or product that describes the solution or category. Uh, you can also say what your product provides, what sort of solution, or what's the primary benefit. And you can also mention, unlike your competitors or like benchmark company that does the similar things, then you can transition to your unique selling point or what's the solution that you're providing. So if you use this framework, then I believe everyone will understand you, and you will just need a minute or two maximum to explain this idea. So whether you need a partner or another teammate or an investor, you will be able to pitch them directly and straightforward, and they won't lose attention, you know? So I hope you will apply this to your networking session later today at 4. Uh, I will share this in the comments now, this link, and I'll also share this link to presentation to the platform Get to It. So I hope you're gonna use it. It's basically you just need to fill in this and remember it, and then pitch when today at 4 to the other people. Another way, so this was a value proposition framework. Another way I wanted to address this solution is by value proposition canvas. And this is an example of education technology startup that's targeting the kids and how they can learn remotely or for teachers to teach them. So this is kind of the canvas. It's a Google document, so you will be able to edit this and drag these notes around. And also, I hope you've seen this. And after this, this is what follows. It's pretty intuitive, and it's the way how we can define the problems, create a solution, put out that unique value proposition, create that advantage, unfair advantage aspects, and list all the channels, list all the customers for your segment customers. Think about the costs. What will it cost us to run the business or to launch it, and how we can make money. And this is kind of just an example. It's pretty intuitive. When you get this as a Google document, you will see how you can fill this in, and this will be quite helpful for you. So again, this is just like the broad way of how you can use this proposition framework to kind of explain your idea. And this is more into kind of getting into canvas, getting into your customer segments to understand their pains. Are you solving the right problems? And you just need to validate that your idea is in the place. It might seem a bit confusing, but it's very simple once you get it. And then finally, again, business model canvas is what every startup, every company has to do. And this is like some of the first steps when you build a company. You've probably seen this already, but this is now focusing on how we could potentially do this today as a homework. I think this is a mandatory thing for you to do. So value proposition canvas is what you will need to present today at 4. And I think it's pretty easy. You shouldn't spend more than 10 minutes around this. And each of your team members needs to understand this fully and to agree on it and be able to pitch it, even though team members will be the persons who will be pitching this. You can work remotely on this. I think it's going to help you out with whatever your idea is, whatever you want to build. This canvas will help you understand what are the main features you want to present, because they will reflect the pain points and real problems, validated problems, hopefully, that you will have. So again, I will share this with you in the chat now, and I'll also share this in a get to it. And I'm here all day. If you need any answers, I'll be on the chat and the platform. Please feel free to get in touch. Let me just try to share this. I don't know if you can see my screen. Well, let me try to reshare it again. Yes, okay. So this is how it looks like. So you will be able also to drag some new documents, new poster notes, just like this. And you will be able to add them very easily. Or here, if you want to text here. So yeah, this is kind of the idea where you can change stuff. Usually what you need to do is change it here. So I put some examples, let's say about the cost structures. What would be your costs? If you're building an MVP, your server costs will obviously be their salaries once you get the customers, obviously. As what would be the cost per acquisition, you know, some marketing and sale costs, and the revenues that you obviously need to structure that model. Whether you are a business or just an impact solution. Again, all these are super important and very easy to fill in. So yeah, please, I'm happy to answer any questions if you have them now. So feel free to ask and shoot. Thank you.
So Peter, do you have one of these that maybe people should focus on today specifically, first thing, so that we can have them focus on one thing and then bring it to the networking session later?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just share my screen again. I don't know which one do you see.
I love your background, by the way. I saw it yesterday as well.
Just trying to understand. Do you see my screen? I don't see.
Yeah. Okay. So this one. This is the main thing to try and do for 4 p.m. If 3 hours.
Yes, in 3 hours. I think it's pretty straightforward. So basically, what you need to do is just fill in these gaps with your idea. So who is your target customer? What's the main problem and needs? You know, what's the product or a service? Why are you kind of offering? And you know, what's the main benefit to a customer? You know, what's the solution to their problem? And unlike the competitors, I'm sure there are competitors in this game. Even though it's possible that you're creating something completely new because we're kind of restructuring the whole new norms. But yeah, and at the end, your unique selling point, what's very unique about you. So I think this is what you need to present today at 4 at the networking session. So yes, to answer the question, the documents will be shared here. I will share them now, actually. Here, let me get the link, and I will share them in the comments, in the chat.
And to answer this other question, we need to present the value proposition framework by 4, yes. I think key thing is that this is going to be a very much an experimentation session as well. So maybe you can create 2 or you can create 3 different ones and try and test them with other participants, see what they think, if they think one is better than another, or if you maybe hadn't thought about something relative to the business model canvas. So it's really an opportunity to start sharing your ideas, start bouncing them back with all of these really smart people in this competition, and get a little bit of feedback. So if you don't have a completely formed idea, that's fine as well. But it's really important to start kind of structuring it in this way for you to think about all of the different aspects that you need to think about for the final pitch.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you, Sarah. So what I would say as well is I just shared this link into a chat. Once you open it, what you could do, you can just copy that template as yours to your Google account, and then you can work around that as well. It's editable, so as you be able to see, I can edit all the poster notes and all these segments. So I think it's quite useful to have this framework. You will need it later on as well if your business survives the hack or win the hack. So hopefully this was helpful, and I hope you're gonna use it wisely today at 4. I don't know if you have any other questions.
Can you please grant access to the link?
Yeah, should be granted. Anyone with the link, yeah.
Peter, do we also maybe want to talk a little bit about the structure for later today? Just how it may work, how we might try to frame it, as in maybe it's going to be 2 teams and a mentor, if we have enough mentors in there. I know a few mentors expressed their interest in joining later today. So, how can we help these teams a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I thought about is if you really liked the session yesterday, where we did the networking session in these breakout rooms, we'll try to do exactly the same thing today. But in this case, each team will have their own table. So what we're going to do, Daniel and I will move other people around, or we will move you as a team to another table. So basically you will be just pitching in front of different people this value proposition framework. So idea is that you can pitch for a minute or 2, and then you'll get feedback from different people. So idea is for you networking session, doing this format will help you understand, hopefully absorb the feedbacks and improve them. So this is why we're doing. You're just kind of validating your assumptions and testing them. And yeah, so hopefully, I see just Daniel just joined us. So yeah, we'll still experimenting with these new features of the Zoom. So hopefully we'll have everything ready today. So any other questions I've seen?
Looks like that's it.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, as I mentioned, I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you've been hearing this amazing, inspiring talks for the past 2 hours. So I just wanted to share this framework with you to give you a homework for today. It's really important just to finish the value proposition framework. All the other canvases, 2 canvases, you can do it later. But I think it would be very useful for you to have filled them out, because it will improve your pitch. It will improve your proposition much, much better. Thank you.
Amazing. Cool. So guys, we will meet again in, let me see, So we have a talk at 2 on what it means to innovate in 2020. I'm really excited about this talk. It's Inma Martinez. She does a whole bunch of stuff. She advises the UK government on their technology strategy, specifically when it comes to very deep tech and AI as well. She's also an author. She calls herself a digital pioneer, and she's really cool. So I hope to see you all there at 2. We're going to take a break now. Make sure to, as Peter said, fill out the frameworks, because I think that's really going to help you to bounce ideas off each other. Cool. Okay, so see you guys later. Shall we end this meeting? Or Ria, did you have anything else to say? No? Okay, cool. So, Peter, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
You were frozen. I was like, okay, maybe it's my internet and I've just been talking to nobody for the last minute. Okay.
No,
Okay. See you guys soon. I'm going to end the meeting.